永遠に輝くね、人間の求めるね幻の世界というものに強く惹かれましたって。生活は全てのうち違ったんですけど。
That is the place I adore. Home of Kusama, the name I bestowed upon the cottage, provides my soul with guidance towards its destination.
She was learning from contemporary movements, contemporary styles. She was going to the gallery, she was going to the openings. She was keenly aware of what was developing, not only in New York at that time, but internationally, but would go back into the studio and make the language entirely and willfully her own.
The 60s, that period, women were just beginning to really assert themselves. And Kusama, a very interesting kind of a balance. It was very feminine. She would always be dressing in a very beautiful kimono. Her approach was very gentle and sweet. Kusama just hit me as sheer power, right in the immediately.
With a handful of art fragments, the silhouette of youth is shaking as the secular world hands me significant questions. The fear and anxiousness of the unknown crawls up, fighting tooth and nail to take over. Ah, poor Kusama. Her heartbeat is quickening. It is cruel to make her run that fast. Besides, she is suffering from a fast pulse.
インダッターアイメーターホワイトネットペインティングwithout no tone like empty and also.
The paintings, she would, the no beginning, no end, the actual paint, even going to the sides of the canvas. She, in her work, was beginning to obliterate the sense of space, but she wasn't quite there.
She wants to demonstrate the reality of her hallucinatory imagery in 3 dimensions, in lived reality. And she is among the very first anywhere in the world to develop an art form that becomes installation art.
Up there is Kusama. But then she came up with the biggie, which was the peep show. Intensive, the light would bounce from one mirror to another, and if your head was in there, you absolutely lost all conception of space.
その頃からですね、ベトナム反戦運動が激しくなるんですね。で、彼女はその反体制的な人として、そのニューヨークのそうしたアンチゴバメント、アンチミリタリズム。
It was a time of rebellion, and remember, rebellion. There's no handbook. There's nothing that comes out, so everybody was rebelling in their own way. Yes, it was sexier, just now more out in the open. It was now in Life magazine. People took off their clothes now, and hippies danced naked, and that got people's attention.
そして大変多くの人たちが見に来て、それでニューヨークのデイリーニュースにそれが大きく紹介されたんで、私はそれからニューヨークの各地でもってハプニングやいろんなんで2回で刑務所に入ってもポリスの人たちが私の信奉者なんで大変でした。サインが欲しいとかいろいろして助けてくれました逆に。
So that when an artist of the importance of Kusama came to the Fillmore, the truth of this, and we should go back over this at this time, is people came to see her paint naked people.
数えきれないくらいたくさんやりましたけど、でニューヨークからウッドストックってとこがあって、そこへ芸術家たちがたくさん集まって、そこ私はそこで猫や木だとか、それから馬だとか、そういう水玉いっぱいくっつけて、そして私はその水玉だらけの体を持って水の中にうずもれて消えてなくなって自己消滅やりまして、大変皆さんに感動してくれました。
Any kind of nudity or anything like that was very important. It got the press.
In that time, many young artists and also artistic, many people, they like to blow up the traditional art scene. They want to break up that.
This was all about rebellion. It was about a cultural rebellion. It's one generation rebelling against another.
To forget our self-consciousness, we must decorate ourselves with polka dots. We must toss aside our own awareness and fully commit to the ever-changing, everlasting time.
ニューヨークでもって2回も一脱無視やって、それ精神科医についておりましたが。
By the late 1960s, as a hard-edged minimalism began to become the dominant trend in American art, and psychological content of Kusama's art began to fall out of favor. Kusama did suffer financially. I know that she couldn't pay her doctor's bills, and she would exchange art for her doctor's services, including with her psychiatrist.
I believe overcoming hardship is taking a step back from the brink. I'm certain that creative thinking in any art form is generated in solitude. I think only because people are able to confront art in solitude, therefore they have the strength to blaze their own trails. I paint in solitude, immersing myself from morning to night in studies and artworks. The loneliness is constantly growing, and I found myself in poverty again.
Kusama's psychological and feminist art, and the way she described her work, was no longer in sync with the very clean, analytic, and institutionally critique kind of trends. In around 1969, I think it was the Village Voice, which wrote that Kusama's lust for publicity is wearing thin.
マスコミにめちゃくちゃにすると、それでテレビから講演会からあまり起きて、体がね少なくて絵がね描く時間がなくなってるくらいクラウドって言ったの招待で来て、私自身ね日本に帰って絵に専念したいと思って帰ってきて。